Hello, my name is Connor McCauley, and today I am going to be doing my WOC presentation on Augusta Savage. So to start off, we're going to talk about Augusta Savage's life. So when Augusta Savage was 30, she received a scholarship to attend an art school in Paris. When the art school found out that Augusta Savage is Black, they actually rescinded their offer. The art school stated that the reason for doing so was that Augusta Savage would be uncomfortable around the white students and that the white students would be uncomfortable around her. Being blatant, the reason the art school rescinded their offer was just plain racism. Augusta Savage then created a piece called Gammon, which gained popularity along a lot of white socialites, and this allowed her to go to the art school in Paris because of the backlash. This wasn't the first instance of discrimination Augusta Savage faced, and it sure wouldn't be the last. By the age of 49, Augusta Savage opened an art gallery, and this allowed more and more African American voices to be heard. She was the first African American member of the National Association of Women Artists, and she opened doors for African Americans and women alike. Now going on to Augusta Savage's style, Augusta Savage is known for her plaster sculptures that were finished to look like bronze, and she actually found out that by mixing paint and shoe polish, she could get the desired look of bronze. And she did this because in her early days as an artist, she wasn't able to afford bronze. So by taking this kind of shortcut, she was able to get the bronze appearance without actually having to pay for bronze. Augusta Savage is one of the first artists of her time to portray Black subjects in a positive light, and she's one of the first artists to even portray African Americans at the time. And this contrasted what society was used to, because society at the time was used to seeing African Americans portrayed as thugs or lesser human beings, and she portrayed the complete opposite. She portrayed the innocence of African Americans and the disparities between the two classes. And this just goes on to show the importance of different voices within the art world and the need for different cultures and ethnicities and for their voices to be portrayed. So this was the piece I talked about earlier. This is Gammon, and Gammon portrays Savage's nephew. So when Gammon was first exhibited, it got a lot of attention from high members of society, and this included white socialites. There were a lot of requests from these socialites for molds of Gammon because they wanted their own. And like you can see, it portrayed African Americans in a positive light and fought stereotypes. So, like I said before, African Americans were portrayed as thugs at the time, and by looking at Gammon, you can see that is not what she portrayed at all. She portrayed the innocence of the African American youth. And this is the art piece that actually allowed her to go to the art school in Paris. So why is it important to recognize Augusta Savage's work? So Augusta Savage portrayed African Americans in a positive light and showed the importance of diversity of voices within the art world. She also fought stereotypes and brought attention to many of the parts of the African American that were previously kind of looked over. And she also chose to give African Americans voices within her own art studio. So why should we listen to African American voices like today? So the importance of African American voices. So African Americans show us the disparities between what they face every day and what white people face every day. The challenges they face are completely different, and we saw that with the Black Lives Matter protests. This also promotes change in the world because by looking at these disparities, we can see what we can do to kind of fix them. And this also allows people to have equal chance to be successful in the world and promotes empathy throughout everyone to see what everyone else is going through. These are my references that I use for this, and I also had the citations for the photos below them. Thank you.